Welcome to The Story Place, a storytelling podcast from the YMCA of Snohomish County. Here, we share real stories of people, place, and connection. Past to present, these are stories of belonging, growth, and impact, because there's no place like this place.
In every heartbeat, every groove, there's a special place for you.
All right. Well, I would like to introduce a legend at camp. So this is Auntie Jackie, who serves, how many people do you think you've served over your whole career?
Oh, goodness. I would say this entire island worth of people. I've been doing this since I was little. Of course, not professionally, but I had to do it because it was part of our family culture. My brothers owned restaurants, but thousands and thousands,
Yes.
thousands of people.
Yeah.
This has to be my favorite.
Yes. So Auntie Jackie and her crew feed everyone here at camp.
Absolutely.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner, campers,
Snacks.
guests, staff. You get to enjoy it
Yes.
when we're out here.
Yes.
And how long have you been at camp? Because I know you were here previously
I've been
before
here.
it became a Y property.
Right. It was owned by a different proprietor, and I was here for about 6.5 years. And I was at the capacity here at that time as a contractor. So I had a catering business and still do. But now I work for the YMCA. Oh, that's a timer.
All right.
Give me a second.
Okay. Yep. Let's see.
What we're doing today, we have 184 children on property.
Okay.
So we made them some beautiful homemade biscuit sandwiches for breakfast this morning.
Nice.
And Auntie made them a little bit chubby. So
Yeah.
we're going to try to get them into our warmer. If you notice, I don't belong to any gym because I get my aerobics done in the kitchen. So this is what I call my morning squats.
Okay.
And it works very well. And then we're going to take one, sis, and we're going to go out into our dining room and put it in the warmer there. If I can get you to move to your right, Lily.
Yep.
Right, sis, you're going to be my assistant.
Happy
And
to
if
help.
you would open that warmer for me right there.
Okay.
Just pull it right towards you. Careful, because that can get hot.
All right.
Just going to put this. Come on, little chubby bunnies. We're just going to grab these.
All right.
And set them in so that they don't get squished.
There we go.
I think we fixed it. Okay, Lily, you can shut that door and we are good to go.
All right.
Would you like to go back in the kitchen or would you like to?
I'm just whatever you need
Okay.
to do.
So,
I am following you.
all right. We should put an apron on you. So today we have the 184. It's our very first week of
Overnight camp.
overnight camp.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is our second summer.
Second summer.
Yes.
Second summer. And first summer went fabulous. I mean, the people who were in charge of it, I mean, Whitney, she's in charge of our getting all the organization. It makes it so easy for us to be able to do it seamlessly.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I tell my staff, I have some old staff that's been with me that has followed me over. Then I have some brand new staff. And they've never experienced this before.
Right.
So it could be overwhelming, sis. I mean, you have so many kids in and out, and you're pushing them through in an ample amount of time,
Right.
so they can get out and have fun and do their programs. But Whitney makes it so easy, and her team, where they give me all the information. I have numbers, counts, diet restrictions.
Yeah.
It's not just bringing in the kids and feeding them. There's so many different legs and arms attached to it.
Yeah.
But it makes it fun.
Yeah. So how do you kind of prep per week? Yeah. Like
So-
if you know I have like a certain amount of guests coming in, campers or conference people who are here renting the facilities.
That's a great question because, it's so funny. It takes any kind of event Auntie does, whether it here or home or what have you. It takes so long to prepare, order the food, bring the food in, get it all panned, put it away. And, they work hard. The crew works hard, or family works hard when you're doing it in the house.
Yeah.
And then within 15 minutes, it's over.
Right.
It's like, boom.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we bring the food in, like yesterday, we had lunch, we had dinner, and my crew preps per meal prior to. So they prepped all breakfast yesterday, last night before we left.
Okay.
So that all I have to do is come in and get it ready.
Got it.
It doesn't always work that way because, you run out of time or what have you. But I believe in organization and then execution. So if you see all this paperwork here, this is telling me, it's kind of like my reader board of what's happening. Okay. We might have the 184 children, but we're going to have first time YMCA flag football girls team.
I know.
They're
That's
coming in
out
for,
this weekend.
they're coming in for breakfast, lunch, dinner. So 89 of them are going to join us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So exciting.
And so my team will come in, and on the back, I'm
I'm following you.
I'm going to show you. Come on, Sis. This is what we do. This is our overnight camp. Okay. So we
the master plan.
It's a master plan. And we're going to do this every week for the next 6 weeks until we complete the overnight. But we audible sometimes, this didn't come in, the truck didn't deliver this, so we have to switch around and be creative. So, when we looked at say our first day arrival, we had lunch. So we had to prep the lunch sacks, get them ready.
Right.
We had the camp expedition go out.
Yep.
So we had to pack them up and get them ready.
Right.
So it's just a process of, my lead is Tasha, and she is my right hand. She's been with me for a few years now, and she's kind of me when I'm not here. She's fabulous. But she'll write what pars down. So she'll say to our crew, we need 187 hash browns pan. Each get 2 sausage. So let's just pan 400 sausage.
Right.
The crew gets it all together, puts it on the speed racks, rolls it in, and then we wait for the next meal to start.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah. Well, and you are known for having some of the best camp food around. It is.
My heart.
People talk about it. We're here on Whidbey Island, but lots of us work over in Snohomish County, and it's well known and talked about over there. So how do you kind of determine what you're going to serve? Just kind of what.
Sis, I believe in this. I mean, I know we're a camp, and I know we have all different type age groups, different cultures. They come in. And it's going to sound very cliche-ish, but, I'm Italian, and that's just how we say it. It's just the love, sis. You put love into it. And I try to express that to my kids who work here with me because they're my work family.
Right.
We spend more time together in this kitchen sometimes than we do with our families.
Right.
So I want them to be creative. I want them to give me ideas. I mean, I've grown up with food my whole life, and I'm in our Portuguese-Italian families. Someone buys a car, we eat. Someone dies, we eat. Someone buys a house, we eat. Oh, this one we eat, right? And the best time when we're eating is that's when the core memories are made.
Right.
That's when we talk stories and we share our days, our memories. You take all that and you put it into your food. It's like, there's certain things that we start from scratch here, and then there's certain things that we have to get a leg up on because we're serving the masses.
Right.
So Auntie's not going to hand make 184 hash browns.
Yes.
But we're going to put the love in it and the spice in it. That's a little different. We're not just going to take it out of a box, put it in a pan, put it in the oven, give it to my kids.
Right.
It's going to have something a little extra.
Yeah.
So that's how we try to take it. We get creative in what I feel, and I talk with my work kids. What would we feed our families? What would we want to share at the table with our families? And they actually give me some input, and we make it happen.
Yeah.
But it's all about love, sis.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
And
it shows.
and good food.
Yes. Yeah, and I think, like you were saying at home, it kind of, everyone gathers around a table, and it's similar at camp, and having good food like fosters that connection and the conversations that our campers and guests are having at the table.
Well, I think my obligation, no, let me not use that word because I don't feel obligated at all. My privilege is they're doing such a great job out there with the rock wall and the programs and the tie-dye.
Yeah.
And they're getting a great experience out there. If they come in here and they don't have something yummy to put in their bellies, that's what they're going to remember. They're not going to remember the rock wall and that, maybe a bit.
Yeah.
But if we don't package that and put it together as a whole experience, then, you know, we're not doing it right.
Right.
So I'm blessed to have the folks who do it out there and blessed to have my team who do it in here.
Yes.
It's funny because, you know, we have all different types of kids that come. So it's like overnights ran it's programmed by the camp. And then we have groups that call and say, we'd like to rent for our group.
Right.
And I've had kids from grammar schools, high schools, sports scenes. But it's so funny because my favorite line is this. Kids will come up and they'll say, Auntie, will you come to my school and be our lunch lady? And then they say, we don't like our lunch lady. I say, stop it.
Right.
Don't you say you don't like your lunch lady. You go tell that lunch lady that you love what they do for you because they work hard.
Yes.
You know, but their food, don't put that in the universe. You eat what they give you and love it, you know. So Tasha, who is like, she's, you know, she didn't come from my belly, but she's like my daughter.
Yeah.
And, you know, she gets a kick out of that. She said, I'm going to buy you one of those hair nets. So you,
right.
So you can be
known as the cafeteria lady.
The cafeteria lady. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No, you're, much more than just a food preparer.
Thank
so,
you, sis.
Yeah. So what does a typical day look like? Or is that a thing?
Well, it could be.
Okay.
It starts out so a typical day in the life of Auntie and her team. Like this morning, it was a little easier. Let me not say easy. It was a little, it gave me a little bit more time because we made our sandwiches last night.
Right.
But we prepared everything yesterday. So we did the biscuits, the eggs, the sausage, got it all ready. Then my crew, we did an assembly line and we assembled them and then rolled them and put them in the walk-in. So Auntie got here about, I don't know, 5.
Okay.
And then I get things ready. And then we start, you know, I kind of have this little routine where I make a circle in the kitchen, get everything up and ready. And then I'll go get a cup of coffee and I'll sit for a minute and then I'll say, okay, you know, talking to myself, you know, I just don't answer back. So, you know, I'm not crazy, but I just say to myself, it's going to be a great day. We're in this beautiful camp. You can't ask for a better office. And I get to feed a bunch of bellies today, right? And then my crew starts coming in and then we start going on to the next meal. So they'll come in. We're all ready set for breakfast.
Right.
We'll look on our menu and then we'll go for lunch.
Okay.
We'll start prepping everything that we need for lunch.
Yes.
And then they'll get that pushed into the walk-in.
Okay. We should mention.
Oh, I'm used to talking, Jessica.
Well, but maybe not this early in the morning.
Right.
Like we should mention that it is probably, I don't know exactly the time, but it's probably right around 6 a.m.
It is
right
6:12.
now. So.
And I appreciate all of you being up this early.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I have to do it. So, you know, you're doing a great service.
We know you're a busy lady, so.
So we'll just go right into the next meal, sis, and then we'll, you know, break everything down. We try to, once the kids come in for service, I try to, I have a couple back here doing things, but I want them all to be seen. I want them to participate, not only for the children to know that we care about them, but I want them to have that experience and really know what they're doing. This is what you're doing for these kids. There's a purpose behind it, right? So, you know, that's kind of cool. And then Auntie will go out and walk the tables and talk to the kids. Good morning.
Yeah.
You know? Or we'll have babies who don't eat. You know, the
Uh-huh.
counselors will come up and say, Auntie, they're not eating. They haven't eaten in 2 meals.
Right.
So they'll just eat a cracker, you know. So I had a little one the other day. She comes up and she says, Auntie, she hasn't eaten in 2 days. I said, okay, just snackies.
Yeah.
Not like we're not feeding them. you know,
Right.
but she only has
She's
snackies.
choosing not to eat.
It's
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
choice, very
Yeah.
picky. So I brought her up and I said, listen, what is your name? She said her name, and I held her little hand. And I said, babe, Auntie was such a picky eater when I was young. What's your favorite in your heart? What do you want to eat? What do you like? I still like quesadillas. She said, maybe. I said, how about grilled cheese, Auntie? I said, okay. So baby, it takes 1 minute
Uh-huh.
to come back here and make her a grilled cheese and put it in her belly and let her know that that's her comfort.
Uh-huh.
That's what I was alluding to earlier.
Yeah.
You give them their little comfort and then it makes them feel better. Then she was prone. She tried something else later that day,
Yeah.
which was crazy.
Yeah.
And she tried it and you know, she had a great little experience with it. So now I know she's eating
Uh-huh.
because it freaks me out when they don't, they don't eat.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know you've talked like offline with us just about kids coming from all over the state. How do you you kind of talked about serving some of those comfort foods as an introduction to things that they might not have
be used
eaten.
to. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you a prime example. So we have a group that comes from Eastern Washington, and I would say probably 65 to 70% are Hispanic families. And, you know, they all come with a little escort. So they bring their grandmas or grandpas or mommies or whatever. And there's tons of them. And then they come and, you know, our typical breakfast will be hash browns, pancakes, eggs, scrambled eggs, sometimes oatmeal or what have you. But that's typical. Or French toast, we'll change it up.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you have to think of the culture, sis, and what they eat at their table. So you might have a child who doesn't even know what a hash brown is. And it's unfamiliar. So they're going to look at it and say, I don't want it because they've never had it. So an instance with our group from Eastern Washington, I know that culture because my husband is Hispanic. So I grew up, you know, with that family also. So they eat things like chorizo with egg, tortillas, house potatoes, which are cube potatoes, mixed with a little salt and pepper. So their first breakfast, I give them that because that's their comfort food. But in the same time, the children that aren't Hispanic, but they're living in a Hispanic community, they know what it's about, but maybe they haven't had that at their table. So they're going to try something new, this percentage. But when they walk in and they see it, it's like, maybe this lady's nice. You know, maybe she knows what we eat. And then the next day for breakfast, when they're having a pancake and a hash brown, you know, I had one little kid come up and I said, because we stand at the line, we feed them through the line, not family style.
Yeah.
And Tasha said, do you want a hash brown? No. I said, hey, have you ever had a hash brown? No. And I said, this is what it is. The potatoes we had yesterday, Auntie squishes them up and makes them flat. And there's your hash brown. And, I said, try it. If you don't like it, it's okay, but try it. Well, the kid tried it, Sis, and came back right through the line. And can I have another hash brown, Auntie? Of course.
Yeah.
So they're learning new things. They're getting to taste new things. So you just got to know who's sitting at your table, Sis.
Yeah.
And we know in advance. The office lets us know. So it's not like they just, we're here for dinner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it works well.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about prepping for like Tahoma School District, which has been a longtime guest here at camp. And how many kids?
This year, there were 600. Now, I did the last year, which was like 480 or something.
Yeah.
That is, that's a task. Sis.
Yeah.
But again, organization and execution, that's what's going to give me my success.
Yeah.
And a great team, a cohesive team.
Yeah.
But it's funny because you're moving constantly.
I'm sure.
I mean, breakfast goes right into lunch. Lunch goes right into dinner. You have all these components, cleaning, cooking, washing, getting pans. And then you breathe. You have a little longer break between lunch and dinner, a few hours.
Yeah.
So that's when the kids take their lunch or, chill out, rest, go walk in the walk-in, get some air.
Right.
But it's challenging.
Yeah.
And we keep the menu simple. We try to use items that we can cross over, but are different.
Yeah.
And we make sure that, it's plentiful. I mean, and you look at that in the sense of, I have to adhere to a budget. Before it was my own budget because I own the business.
Right.
Now it's a YMCA budget. So I have to adhere to their budget, but it's similar because I had to be responsible with myself. But portion says, I'm not, I have third graders come in. Well, third graders going to have a hash brown like this, one, and maybe 3-4 ounces of eggs, if any.
Right.
And one little round sausage. Okay, well, when I have gridiron football, and I have 125 teenage linebacker, wide receiver football players,
Right.
they're not going to eat 2 little ounce eggs or,
Right.
So that has to balance out. How I balance out in my budget is I don't look at the day. I look at the end of the month.
Yeah.
That I know I only did this many eggs for my third graders, but I did this many eggs for my gridiron.
Yeah.
And it all comes out in the wash.
Yeah.
But it's just the prep. You're constantly
Right.
That's what I tell you. I don't belong to a gym. We get 40,000 steps in this kitchen in this little small area in a day.
I'm sure.
Yeah, in one day.
Yeah. So kind of to wrap this up, I have a couple questions.
Sure.
Just about what it means, like personally to you, and kind of what is the most rewarding thing about, you mentioned it's a privilege, having this privilege of being in this kitchen and serving our campers.
The best thing, see, it gets me really emotional. So, hold on a minute. The best thing for me is not just the children, but everybody that walks in here. This is a heartbeat for me. It's been a heartbeat my whole life. The table, the dinner table. And I'm blessed to have 21 dinner tables that I get to feed every day. And the stories that are being told and the looks in their faces when they're talking stories. And then my imagination of, who they're going to become or what they're experiencing for the first time, or they're making lifelong friends. I mean, these can be business associates 20, 30 years from now. And I guess the best thing for me is I feel like in 20 years, they're going to be sitting around somewhere in their lives, maybe talking about at Camp Casey Mess Hall A and Jackie and her work family, they fed us this, or I got a hug, or, I get so many hugs here every day, and it just fills my heart, Sis. It's food is, and I don't want to make it sound not important, because it is, nutritional wise, taste wise, but it's secondary to me, other than the fact that what we project with love. And I always end with sports, like football, track, what have you. I always end their time with their last meal, and I say, all right, listen up. Auntie says this: when you guys are rich or famous and you're on the football field, I know you're going to say, hi, Mom.
Yeah.
But I want you to remember who fed you these French toasts yesterday. So I want you to go, this shout out goes to Auntie Jackie. I'm playing for the Chargers, or, and they laugh, they have a great time with it. But that's what it's about for me, Sis. It's about making the memories and seeing them maybe get a few things that they're not used to in their lives, and the hugs.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after, we kind of answered this a little bit, but when someone leaves camp and goes home, maybe he's having a conversation with their parents or a friend, what do you want them to remember about their experience in Mess Hall A?
I want them to remember and take home with them that they felt like they were home. And even those, God love them, who may not have what we can give here in their houses, I want them to see that things can be different, that love can be different, food can be different. They may not experience that in their little lives at the time, but it's out there. And all they have to do is look for it. So we need to make that happen. But I want them to be able to go home and say, I had a great time. You know, I always fear, I know now in the new age, you have texts, phones, campers don't get their phones, but the other kids do. But they have phones. They can say, send me home, Mom. Or, but when I went to camp 100 years ago, you had to write a letter. Then they put it in the mail, right? And I always used to tell my work kids here, we never want to be in that letter. That it is the worst food we have ever eaten in our life. That the kitchen lady is mean and all her staff. We need to not, when we had gone out, we used to get, and I'm sure we will again, love, thank yous. They would write thank yous, and we put them all over the wall. They one didn't have paper, so they got a whole row of paper towel, and they walked in with a paper towel, just their experiences. So to me, if they could take that home with them, we're success. We're success.
Awesome. Well, thank you for taking time and just kind of sharing both the logistics of what goes on in the kitchen and also just how you prepare to serve the kids. Yeah, not only just with food, but really making them feel loved and comfortable in this environment. And I'm going to let you go because I know
I have some things to do, sis.
You have some things to do. Breakfast is quickly approaching, and I just wanted to thank you.
I'm going to give you a hug.
Yes, of course.
You're just so wonderful, honey. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. And, keep doing what you're doing because we get the word out there and this is a great place. And I really believe that in a short time, it's going to be the premier place to be.
Yep, I believe it too.
I really do.
Yeah.
It's going to be talked about all over.
Yes.
All over.
Hi, this is Jake at YMCA Camp Casey. Here is this week's origin story. The World War I YMCA. In June of 1917, a small YMCA building went up on this property. Built from surplus lumber, staffed by volunteers in uniforms with no rank. Their job wasn't military. It was human. When 242 soldiers of the 63rd Regiment arrived late on Christmas Eve 1917, cold, exhausted, days removed from home after a journey by train and boat from Seattle, it was the YMCA waiting, with hot coffee, food, and stationery so they could write home. Days later, another 250-plus soldiers of Battery B arrived, and the YMCA was there for them too, alongside the nearly 500 regular Army troops already stationed at the fort. A piano, a record player, good books, a green pocket Bible with the YMCA logo on the cover, tucked into every soldier's uniform. One soldier, Private Fritz Hansen, wrote home that the men held the YMCA in the highest regard for everything it did during their stay, to make it feel more like home. Long before this was YMCA Camp Casey, the Y was already here, offering soldiers something to hold on to, and offering the families they left behind a little less to fear.
Thanks for listening to The Story Place. If this story resonated with you, subscribe and share your own story by sending us an email or voice memo to stories@ymca-snowco.org or click the link in the show notes because there's no place like this place.